Hype to see some Oriax? Yeah, Daniel. I am a fellow Daniel. If anybody actually wants to step in and play some games with me, I would definitely be okay to do so. Do these sound great? I'm so happy. Alright, I've actually set up a room. So if anybody actually wants to join said room, that would actually be cool. All of these are on the public BattleCON playtest module. Alright, that's great. All of these are on the public BattleCON playtest module. Actually, just the BattleCON module available freely on Tabletop Simulator. So this is actually safe for anyone to join. Let me switch over to... Bam. Here's the stream, everyone. You're free to join. These are the credentials for the stream. Sorry, for the room on Tabletop Simulator, if anybody wants to join. While we're waiting on that, I can actually talk a little bit about Oriax. I'm pretty excited about Oriax myself. He seems to be a very interesting kind of character. He is also he's my favorite kind of character, which is supremely broken with drawbacks. So characters like Alexian and Daijin tend to be my favorite kinds, mostly because they tend to just make me feel powerful, and I love feeling absolutely powerful. So these are my credentials. If anybody wants to join and play a game of BattleCon with me, that's great. We have some audience participation and so on and so forth. I will be sharing this on social media as well. Alright, Peter, it's fine. Feel free to head in, and if you can voice call on the Discord chat, if you are on our Discord chat, that's great. I will be replying to everything as myself, rather than as the Level 99 Games official page. Alright, posted it on social media. Yeah, I'll be using this music for most of the stream because it's the only piece of music I know I'm allowed to use, because Wesley, our music guy, made it for us. And I'd love to use BattleCon Online soundtrack, but the problem with that is that all of those tend to be like really hyper and really straining and really energetic. And that might sound good for a stream, but it's really hard to keep a mellow vibe and like try to, you know, keep everyone focused and happy. It's a bit awkward sometimes. No one's joined my room yet. I feel like such a lonely boy. Is the stream coming through okay for everyone? Hopefully. Some of you might be experiencing buffering. This is to be expected completely. Okay. It seems that nobody wants to be on Discord anyway, so I'll get rid of my Discord for now so that we don't eat up too much bandwidth. Anything else I can do to fix? Yeah, it seems like this is okay. Alright, we're fine. So I've laid out my cards. I'll talk about a little bit about Oriax while we're waiting for people to join in on stream then. So again, these are all available on the publicly available BattleCon module on Tabletop Simulator. Yeah, for sure. We're going to do that, Daniel. Exactly what we're about to do. So let's talk about Oriax. So Oriax 2 is called the Fallen Virion. So for people who don't know BattleCon lore, a Virion is a race of characters in BattleCon who are not from the world of Indians, who are actually from the Celestial Plane, which is the plane above Indians. So in the world of BattleCon, the world is flat, and universes and or realms are stacked on top of each other like a giant stack of pancakes. So Indies is kind of like the middle stack, and then on top of that is the Celestial Plane, where Virions are from. So Oriax's unique ability is that he has... it's called Seven Sins, what a unique ability. So Oriax has 6 god cards or deity cards, however you want to call them, and he can ante one of them per beat to gain the bonus. So the bonuses are ranging from things like the opponent has -4 power, to the opponent cannot move, to start a beat you can move to any space, +0 to 3 range, +4 priority, as well as reveal, initiate a clash. So these are very powerful effects, especially for the fact that you technically never need to like pay anything for them, except for the fact that, you know, once you use them, they're gone. These assets are not final, by the way. These are just placeholders for the backs of the cards. So Oriax's styles are Absolute, which is a range +0 to 2, -1 +0, soak 3. Then we have Painful, which is a 0, -1 +1. On hit, the opponent discards a base of their choice with their attack pair. And to go along with that, we actually have Destructive, which is the reverse stat line. It's a 0, 0 +1, -1. And on hit, the opponent discards a style of their choice. So these two things are a very similar shape. Then followed by Smiting, which is a +0 to 1 +1 +1, which is a very powerful stat line that cannot hit unless you channel this beat. And by channel, they mean ante a god. So you have to ante one of your things, or else this thing will not hit. And finally, we have Fickle, which is a 0 +1 -1, which is stun immunity if you ante any god for the beat, and you ignore stun guard if you don't ante. So this is a very powerful style, actually. Really good at closing games, because stun immunity is basically amazing at letting you kill people. And of course, we'll talk about his unique base, which is the Wrath unique base, which is a 1 to 3, 3, 4, which means it's a drive-like, or it's a base that looks like drive. But the most powerful effect on it is, on hit, remove a deity from your supply, which means you get rid of one of these, and then it becomes a 6 power attack. If you consider the fact that you can give this thing +0 to 3 range, or even +4 priority, or, you know, the opponent can't move this beat, you can see how powerful this can be. If you just play something like Smiting Wrath, then you ante like +4 priority on top of it. So that's a priority 9 attack that deals 7 damage. So long as you're willing to lose one of your god cards in order to be able to bump the power. Note that this is not an optional effect. If you hit with Wrath, you must discard a deity. So it's a very interesting kit. He has a very, very simple kit. He has barely 0 tricks up his sleeves. All of his effects are basically basic. He just gets more stats, makes you discard cards, and he has Soak 3. So he's a very simple character. His finishers are Strike Down for his alpha finisher, which is a 1 to 6, 9-0 with no text. But remember that you can ante your god cards on top. Sorry, your deity cards on top. Which can give it a lot of power. Hey, Simon. Style adjectives. We've actually, I think we've almost repeated some of them. All right. It seems like we might get Peter in on the stream. That's great. I think we've repeated one style name already on Rin, I believe. I think Rin has a duplicate name. Hey, look, it's Nate. Hi, Nate. I'm pretty sure Rin has a duplicate name. But she's not the focus for this week, so we'll try Oriax out. Oriax is the focus for this week. I think it's Shattering. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Shattering, because that is a Sagas style Let's see if my knowledge of BattleCon is as good as I remember it to be. And there you go. I did it. Shattering is a Saga style, but is now also a Rin style. So I'm not sure if we're going to change that before we release it. Oh, and we haven't gone through the second Auriax finisher, which is Defile the Fallen, which is a range not applicable, power not applicable, priority not applicable. Do note that this is not the final art for the cards. These are just testing prototypes, so we didn't really like go all out with like the quality of the art because that's not what's important. Nate is color red. Excellent. Wait. Does Nate want to play? This is great. I think we're going to have 2 people in the stream. Yeah, so we're talking about Auriax's card. So this thing is really powerful because on reveal it just stuns the opponent immediately. And then the opponent loses 3 power and 3 priority next beat. So I might as well just read Auriax destroys you. Because you do anything and Auriax just debuffs you to Omega levels the next turn. It's pretty amazing if you really think about it. Everything's ruined. I'm sorry, Jared. But that's the only repeat, though, at least as far as I know. Is there a sweaty style yet, or a smelly? I'm not sure if there's a sweaty or a smelly, so I guess we're not yet done. It seems that Nate has left. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about Auriax. Other people... Oh, hello. We have so many new people in chat. We have 11 people. Hello. Hopefully all the music is okay and hopefully my audio is okay. I'm not doing a face cam today. I'm sorry. Mostly because the setup I have that you all see in the videos, that thing does not have a backrest on that chair. And I cannot do a 2 to 3 hour stream. And I cannot do a 2 to 3 hour stream like that. It's gonna be rough. Okay. So Peter is saying... Oh, Peter seems like Peter will be in game. Yeah, I'm sorry. I usually would have people on Discord with me. But 3 problems. Number 1, my internet is kind of bad, so the extra bandwidth it's eating is kind of hard. Number 2, having other people on stream is really hard for me to police the quality and or the safe for work nature of the stream, which I always value. And number 3, the audio levels are going to be really hard to balance. So all in all, I might have to just play via just messaging people on Tabletop Sim. I need to keep the streaming correctly, because otherwise it's gonna be rough. What's that term? What does Zuko say in Avatar? Oof, that's rough, buddy. Does anybody else want to look at the other cards? I have other characters here available. So the 4 characters we're testing. So Auriax was just recently added to the pool of testable characters. So he's the newest boy. He's the new toy that we all get to play with. He's pretty fun. I like him. The other characters are Dolores, who does not have art yet. I feel very unfortunate for her. Kay, as well as Gar. So, Dolores' gimmick is that she has a Vana token. So, for people who have played older sets of BattleCon, she has a Vana token, which means that it's a token that she can ante, and then it cycles with her discard, and she regains it when she gets the attack pair back. She probably has the most mobility in the game, quote unquote, because she can ante to move one space, or ante for +1 priority and win prio ties. So she's a very interesting character because a lot of her kit has to do with very precise positioning. For example, cards like Painful is a range +2, which is quite odd. Or her Minion, which is a range is always 3 to 4 regardless of other effects. So she's all about like ducking in and out of opponents' ranges and dodging them with her token. K is very weird. K is a blob boy. Well, not a boy, because K has no gender. K basically gels up the board and has quote-unquote infinite range. K has no range on its styles. So all of K's ranges are essentially 0 except for Crystal. And what K can do is that K's unique ability can essentially give K range +0 to 2 on every single attack. So K places gel all over the board, but K only has a maximum limit of 6 gel. And the moment K depletes all the gel, K has to start regaining the gel if the K wants more range. And the range can the gel can only be retrieved by moving on top of your gel and like slurping them back up. The problem though is that K has almost no movement. So K is probably the most immobile character in the entire game. If you've played Carolyn, you think Carolyn has no mobility, K has even less mobility than that. Hey, look, it's Alex. I keep forgetting what your username is on Steam. Something about Reapers or Scythes. Maybe. Yeah, I'm glad you're here on stream. Oh, and Gar, of course, Gar, Guide to the Six Paths, is a cute monk. Though I'm not sure if cute is the correct word to describe this monster of a character, because her unique gimmick is that she just has 6 unique bases that replace the normal set of bases. So essentially, she has bases that are different versions of the regular bases. So, for example, Hurl is just Grasp with more speed and more power. Lunge is just Drive but has range instead of movement, and so on and so forth. So she has no triggered effects and no mobility on any of her bases. However, she does have styles that have a lot of mobility. So her mobility and triggered effects are tied to her styles, while her stats are all tied to her bases, because most of her styles are like +0s. And it seems that we have our opponent. Hello, Chronos Phantom. I apologize. Hopefully you're on stream so that you can hear my audio. Yeah, okay, okay, look. I'm going to try to turn on Discord for everyone. Well, not for everyone, but I'm going to turn on Discord so that I can try to call Phantom and see whether or not the time becomes a problem. Well, rather not time, but more of the limitations of the audio and my streaming quality. If the streaming quality drops, chat, just tell me, and I will quickly rescind that and just drop it entirely. See, a Wraith is kind of like a Reaper, so that's some great. The base art for Gar is some of the best base art ever. You can play Felipe. I'm not sure. In Filipino, you pronounce that as Felipe. You can play that game on BattleCon Online or Tabletop Simulator like I am right now. No, I cannot hear you. Apologies, Chronos. Let me get on Discord. Everyone, if my stream quality drops, just tell me and I will rescind it. I will like put it back. Alright, Discord, don't fail me now. See, a Wraith is kind of like a Reaper, right? It involves dead things. This and Exceed, I have a lot of fun playing Exceed as well. Discord is not communicate. Okay. Discord is not cooperating. Yeah, okay, languages are definitely a problem. Let's try this again. Come on, Discord, don't fail me. I mean, look, if you're dead, I think we don't really have that much time to complain about, Alex. War of Indians. War is great. I love War, one of my favorite sets. Granted, I have supreme bias because... Alright, let's try this call, Kronos. And hopefully it works. Start voice call. Hello, do you hear me? Oh no, does it work? Kronos, do you hear me? Apologies to the stream for this taking some time. I'm just trying to make sure that the viewing experience is good for everyone. At least I'm trying to engage with all of you on the chat. So who do you want me to play, chat? That's the real question. So does it work, Kronos? Can you hear me? You are free to talk on stream so long as you remain family friendly. Translate texts. I'm pretty sure there are some community initiatives that involve translating the game's text. I've seen a French translation and I think a Spanish one. I'm not sure if there's if there are other translations. Oh, I see your mic is not working. Alright, I am... the video output's too low. Okay, I don't think I can do Discord. I don't think I can do a Discord call while doing this. Is the stream lagging for anyone? Because my stats are saying it's lagging. Well, I guess you guys wouldn't see whether it's not lagging because I have the image up. Portuguese. I'm pretty sure there is a Portuguese translation somewhere. Can somebody find that for Felipe? Philippe? Sorry, I just have no idea how to pronounce your name. Which is ironic because I'm Filipino and a lot of my language is Hispanic. Well, supposedly there are drawbacks, but we'll see. I think I heard some notion of a mic there.
Mutation. Can you hear me now?
Oh, that sounds beautiful. Hello.
Hello. My apologies.
That is...
All that apparently was on my end.
Well, it's okay. We all make mistakes. I'm kidding.
Alright, let me get back to the simulator. Alright, I'm now in Tabletop Simulator.
Excellent. Okay, let's see whether or not this works out. Hopefully it is okay on stream. Everybody tell me if your stream is fine and it's working. Hi, Road. You might see me perform absolute craziness. Who do you want to play, Kronos?
Who are you testing for? This is my first time trying any of this, so I mean I've played BattleCon. I've just never done any of your playtests before, so I don't know how you want to conduct it.
Oh, that's quite simple. So it's your choice, but basically we have to play one of these 4 characters that are currently on the board. This
okay.
does not include Sagas or Rin, because these are characters I pulled out to prove to everyone that there's a repetition in style names.
Understood. Well, if it's okay, I would like to actually try his name Kale? The slime here?
Its name is K.
K, okay.
Yeah.
Understood.
You cannot... I don't know how to pronounce that first name, but knowing the world of Indians, impronounceable first names and impronounceable names in general is just par for the course. That's just like how we deal with it. So you will try Neuromeal K. Neuromeal, Neuromile, I have no idea. 8 Mile?
Numeral?
Numeral? I have no idea. Neuromile? Neuromeal? Perfectly fine.
Okay. Very well, then. He seems similar to a character I was trying to develop, but apparently you guys got to it first.
Oh, that's great. I know that feeling. I designed a character called Nega Cadenza before, whose unique ability was that you could put cards into a stack, and then you would get you could put bases into a stack, and you wouldn't be able to use those bases, but you would get bonuses for having those cards in your stack. And then Pheylana came out, and then I was like, well, darn, this is literally just the character. All right. Okay, I think we should put K through the gauntlet.
All right, and you were mentioning that he has even less mobility than Carolyn?
Yep, he has the absolute worst mobility in the whole game.
All right, then. This will definitely be interesting.
For sure. Feel free to have my Hikaru reference.
Will do, and I'm accidentally mixed up all this, so give me a moment to dig everything out.
It's okay. I don't believe I need references for K. Though perhaps it might be better for you to generate them anyway.
Okay.
Oh,
apparently I don't. Oh, this character doesn't have a reference because you're changing the cards. Okay, so in that case,
just copy the cards.
Give me one moment. Yep.
I'll promote you. All right, you can just select all of them and then copy and create a copy. Hey, that's beautiful. That's only 5 cards, the base. Though. Yes.
Yep, I'm fixing that.
It's okay. I can accept the fact that you're cheating. I'm kidding.
Oh, come on. Select. Apologies. Apparently all the technical difficulties are going to be on my end today.
It's okay. I constantly have technical difficulties, but I think that's just called life. Nice guy. Neuromeal. Okay, Neuromeal. So it's like brain meal. Oh, okay. Good old Golden Boy. Golden Boy Hikaru. I mean, I could play his like mentor, but why would I? Is the real question. Why play his mentor when you can play him? I accidentally grabbed your Force Antis. That was very rude of me.
A-okay.
All right. We start with
And
two
we
force
start off with
each.
2.
Yep.
Alright.
Nice.
Now please give me a moment to try to figure out what I need to get rid of.
Oh, I mean, I'm Hikaru, so
Or do you
this-
want to do basic discards?
No, we are not doing basic discards. I'm so sorry.
A-okay.
I mean, we are both experienced-ish enough players, so I believe we should be fine. You know, when Road said Golden Boy, I had no idea who they meant until I realized I was using Hikaru. I was like, ah, yes. Oh, you made your card smaller. I'll do the same thing.
My apologies. It just wasn't fitting on the space, so...
It's okay. We can be small. We can be small together. Look at me. I'm so cute. Hikaru's mentor is Pentros. From Devastation, this character over here. I know so much about BattleCon lore, it's embarrassing. This character. Who basically just looks like older Hikaru, if you really think about it. Like really, if you just think about it. Oh, Coyote Stark. Hey, I've seen you before. I'm very excited about this game as well. I decided to knock out...
We are going to go with that, and hopefully that works out. Apologies for the interruption.
Oh, no, that's completely fine. You know, let's us reveal our cards so that we can start thinking about it. Hey, look, it's no surprise I did Special Action Grasp. Oh, that's a big surprise you did Special Action Grasp. Yep. Ooh, no dodge, beat 1.
No, I thought I would try to hit at least try opening with a hit. Let's put it that way.
I like that idea, and I also like that plan. All right. Golden Man.
Okay, that's a good one. Let's see.
Yeah, that's true. Pendros is just a golden man. Yeah, but Pendros is also a Shotoken-ish character. So like Hikaru, he has the 4 tokens that like do stuff. So Pendros can...
may I ask what
Sure.
I can use for my tokens?
Yes, I believe you have 6 gel markers, yes? I
Yes.
apologize. We have not created
It's
components
A-okay.
for that. So we will just, you know, hacker man our way into creating gel markers for you. Is this... Oh, you created a copy of your card. Can I move this here?
You can.
Sure. And do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is your 6 gel
Okay.
markers. There you go.
I don't know how to do that, hence I was asking. All right, that works.
Oh, yeah. Oh, some people might be coming from the balancing podcast. So I decided to kill 3 birds with 1 stone. I was actually talking about this. So every Friday, I usually release a video at this time. And I also have to playtest at this time. And since we literally just did a balancing podcast, I think it will be very cool for everyone to be able to see how balancing happens. And for me to be able to release content and playtest all at the same time, kill 3 birds with 1 stone. Hey, it's G-Lu. Go Hikaru. Go Hikaru Rangers. Somebody cheer for K, man. Like, K is a cool character. Look, K is a blob thing. According to Brad, K's fantasy is that K is like Mother Brain from Metroid. Who, like, K basically is a tower turret who stands there and shoots things at you. Oh, you flipped your discards.
Yeah, I didn't realize I had them selected still. My apologies.
No problem.
Okay, so he is all about setup then.
He is kind of
Okay.
like setup, but also not setup. It's a very interesting character.
Indeed. Alright, I'm just going to go for broke then. I will just have to learn this guy on the fly. Hopefully, anyway.
Flying by the
Try
seat of
that
your
out.
pants, so to speak.
I usually like to I prefer to plan my moves almost like 3 turns ahead of time before I even pick cards, but I know that's not going to be helpful in this particular sense, so And apologies if I was echoing. I just realized I was still on the tabletop simulator
Oh, it's
voice
absolutely
chat.
it's absolutely fine. I think my tabletop simulator is actually muted, so I think we're fine. Anti-phase. I will. Oh gosh, I just turned off the UI. Let me spawn an object for us. Doink. Let me make it bigger so that chat can see. Odds are evens. Pick.
I believe this is an odd character, so I'll go with odds.
All right, I'll be evens. Even, so that means I get anti-priority first.
All right.
I will anti for speed. Give me the win token. Breezy boys.
Very well then. I believe I will pass.
Oh. Interesting. Now, do I anti? Do I anti-power? Oh, I just realized that without the UI, I can't see how much force I have, so I have to keep the UI open. Apologies. And I know I say apologies instead of sorry. It's weird. I will pass as well. Oh wait, you're passing?
I have passed, yes.
That is crazy. All right, reveal. Divergent shot. A very interesting attack pair. Obviously,
yes.
I am going
and I do
first.
know I'm not getting the benefit off of it.
I see, but are you just doing it for the stun guard or the soak?
I'm doing it for the soak mainly, because I was afraid that you were going to try a fire token on me.
Which
but that
am.
did not happen.
Which I am.
Oh, you are. Okay, I see your card now. Never mind.
Well, I didn't try a fire token. I fire token. And I deal 6 damage. I do believe that stuns, yes?
I have exactly, because you have no soak or ignore stun guard, I should have exactly 6.
I have
no,
7
you
power.
do 7.
Yeah.
Excuse me, you do 7 power. So that will stun me. I will take 6 damage, though.
Yeah. You know, one cool thing that I realized with K is that if you gelled this space and I advanced, you would get the benefit.
Oh, that is something I did not realize. Okay.
Yep. I guess I'm just...
Okay, I will make a note of that for later, then.
Yeah, giving hot tips to my opponent mid-match. You know...
Well, isn't that isn't that the purpose of this game? Or the best... Or, in my opinion anyway, this game plays best when both players know what they're doing.
Oh,
and
for sure.
And I guess I'll fix that later.
Do you think there's a character that Brad may regret creating? Based on the podcast, Sagas may be one of them. I don't think there is a character that Brad regrets putting into BattleCon. There are just characters that Brad doesn't particularly enjoy playing. I think there's a marked difference. Because if Brad didn't like a character at all, I don't think... how do I put this? I don't think Brad would put them in the box. Is really my true answer.
Okay, before I place an attack, I can't place gel unless there's spaces in between us. Is that right?
Yes.
Ah, okay. That's something I didn't realize either.
It's fine.
I'm not a very fast reader, so excuse me for trying to pick all this up after the fact.
Hey, no, it's completely okay. I'm not... Okay. I think one thing you have to understand when playing against me is that, like, I am completely fine. I usually play BattleCon over the course... One BattleCon game in 1.5 hours. That's how slow I usually play.
Okay.
So,
well, if you don't mind, I wouldn't mind slowing down just a little bit then.
Sure.
I'm used to... I teach new players, and I've found that if you go... I purposely go through all the steps with them, but unless I start picking up the pace, they lose interest quickly. So I've tried to train myself to play faster.
I see.
BattleCon Online kind of forces that too.
Well, you don't have that problem with me, because number one, it's actually my job to make sure you don't lose interest. So...
Oh, I am here all day if you want me.
Oh, that sounds so great. I'm so glad that you're here to playtest with me, and I'm so glad everybody else in chat is here as well. you know, usually these playtest sessions get a bit lonely. Not because I play by myself. That's sad, but you know, I like having other people to talk to more, and it's great.
All right. So you were active player last turn. I definitely messed up with that last attack pair. I did not realize I couldn't ante these things if there wasn't space between us. So, oh well.
Yes.
Live and learn.
That's a Sonic song, right? Like you've got to live and learn or something like that. I don't know.
Okay. I don't think I've heard that one.
City Escape?
So is that from Drat? What was the
Sonic Adventure 2, I think.
Adventure 2?
Yeah, it's the one where
I played the game. I'm not recognizing the song though.
It's the one that goes, "Just keep on moving ahead." That's the one? Yeah.
The name of the song sounds familiar. I'm not recognizing the lyrics for some reason. Of course, I haven't played that game in ouch. I haven't played that in like 10 plus years.
Oh geez, that just goes to show how old you or I may be. All right, I believe I will pass.
You will pass. All right. Oh, I forgot
did.
to give myself a force.
I gave you
Oh,
force.
you gave it to me. Okay.
Yes.
My apologies. Okay. I'm going to catch up here in a moment. I cannot ante these. I do not want to ante any of my overloads, so I will pass also.
Quite beautiful. All right, we will now reveal our attack bearers. Dodoink. We clash.
Of course we do. All right, so kick this off to the side. What can I put instead? So you're going to get that off regardless. Okay, so I see the error of my way now. I'm going to go ahead.
All right, we must reveal our attacks. Wee. Ooh, okay.
Yep.
This is quite unfortunate.
Indeed.
All right, here's my attack.
All right.
Oh, okay. Your star to beat effects activate first.
Yes, they do. And let's see, this should at least put a good amount of space in between us.
Yeah.
So I'm actually going to go ahead and back up 2 spaces.
I will back up only 1 because I'm not a fool. I'm not a foolish boy.
All right. I will gain 1 force and give you 1 force.
Thank you so much.
You did so for me. I should return the favor. All right. Let's try to remedy this.
Divergent Strike Anti-1 Gel is not a bad opener. Usually my opener for characters like Hikaru would be something like Crystal, so that I get to create distance when Hikaru hits me. Okay, so we went over K a little bit, but what K essentially does is K has no range on any of its styles, and K can anti-gel if there's spaces between K and the opponent. For each gel antied, K gets 0 to 1 range. So essentially, K can create range by using gel, but K has to pick the gel back up afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree with Giancarlo Lu.
Okay, that was bad too. All right. Are you good?
No, I'm Marco. A
10-4.
10-4.
Okay. I will go ahead and ante 1, 2 of these, and I have to place them in any spot between us. It doesn't have to be just next to me.
Nope, it can be any spot between us, but both of them can't go into the same spot.
Understood.
That's correct.
Then
Sure.
I'll put those there.
I'll ante for Earth.
Very well then. I. Huh. I will pay to force for power.
Very interesting.
If it would grab it for me, there we go.
Yeah, so the gel stays on the board unless K picks them up. And the only way for K to pick them up is to move into a space containing gel. Then when K moves into a space containing gel, K picks up one of the gel in that space. So the only way for K to pick up gel again is to move into the gel spaces.
And that's I can move through them also. Is that correct?
I
And
mean,
pick them up.
yeah. So essentially, like for example, if you dodged or something, you could dodge here and then pick up all your gel.
Okay. But if there's multiple on the same spot, I can only pick up one at a time.
Yeah, so if there were like 4 in one space, you can only pick up one when you move through it.
Understood.
Cool. I will pass.
Very well then. I'm also going to pass.
Beautiful. Reveal. Splattering Strike. Okay, well,
Nice feint.
yeah, so... Oh, do we clash? No, we do not.
Nope, we do not clash, and I wasted force.
And I don't even think this attack hits.
No, it won't hit at your current spacing. I was assuming you were going to come in.
I see. Well, of course, I have to technically put myself to range to not eat the hit. And I will definitely
Alright.
regain fire.
All right. And I do absolutely nothing except for lose force and that token. Okay. 10-4. Let's
10.
see.
What does stand for mean? Is it like copy?
It is a copy, yes. I can't remember its origin, but anyone or most people who use a radio or two-way radio, most commonly known as a walkie-talkie, most people who use them use that phrase. Why can't I remember where that actually comes from? But it is a common phrase for saying, "Okay, I understand what you said," or "I understand what's going on. Move on."
Yeah. Okay.
So
10-4.
apologies for my jargon.
Oh, that's true. Shadowmancer is absolutely correct. There are both Anath and Baneveer do have destruction. Huh. How is BCO doing business-wise? I actually don't have access to those numbers, so I can't actually say. I apologize. It still won't hit? Yes, it wouldn't hit. So what Kronos was actually thinking was that I was going to do some advancing or palm strike attack to move in and hit. That's what the read was. At least that's what I believe was.
Yes, that is correct. Hikaru has or at least when I played against him, has a bad habit of just coming in and ruining any range I put in front of him or make between us. So most of the time, I assume he's coming in to hit me.
I mean, that's not the wrong assumption.
I don't know why that's stacking over there.
I don't know either. It's okay. I'm just fixing it so that people can see at home.
All right then.
Well, this might. Yeah, there you go. So that people can see the stats. I'll do the same thing for my discards. You know, just make the viewing experience much better for everyone. Police use it as well. Oh, I didn't know that. Yep. The unfortunate situation for K is, despite being a character who's able to create range, Kay can't actually hit at long range very easily. As I'm sure Kronos is finding out.
Yes, I can see that. I can see that an awful lot here. But he does have a surprising amount of options if I could set them up correctly.
Yes, it definitely does have a lot of options.
Alright, we are going to try this out. And let's see. Yes, you were active player last beat.
No, Road. The gel bonus is 0 to 1, not 1. So the splattering strike was a range plus 0 plus it's a range 1 to 3 attack, and I was here. So if I advanced, I would definitely get hit. It's for the stream, it's plus 0 to 1 range, not plus 1.
Yes, it just extends the range. It doesn't create minimum range.
Yes. Alright, so who was faster last beat? That was definitely me.
Yep.
We
so
forgot
you
to
get
gain
to ante
force,
whatever-
like a bunch
yes.
of nerds.
That seems to be a common mistake in most of my games.
Being a nerd?
No, forgetting about the force gain at the end of every beat.
Acceptable. I mean, as if it were any surprise, I'm anti-ing wind token. Water token, sorry.
Alright. Water it is. I will go ahead and drop this guy here.
Okay.
Do I want to? You know what? I'll go ahead and actually ante both of these. I can so long I can't ante in the same spot the same turn, but I can ante in any other spot, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Usually you cannot place a marker that is of the same name into a space containing a marker of the same name. However, K specifically has a rule that just says multiple gel may be in the same space.
Check.
Yeah. So you can put one in any space, actually.
I just can't do it when I can't put this. I can't do this though, since I'm anting both of them.
Yes, but you
according to
can
the bottom
do
anyway.
this, or this. You could even do this, right?
I think I'll just leave it as a trail for now.
Oh, gloopy trail. All right. Crystal.
That way it should be easier to pick up later.
That's true. Chris. No, it's just applied on Anti.
So I now have a plus 0 to 2 range on whatever I'm doing.
Yes. So Road, the effect like the moment K drops the gel, it doesn't matter what happens anymore. K just gets range equal to the amount of gel it drops. So if K dropped 2 gel this beat, that's range plus 0 to 2 on all attacks. It doesn't matter what happens after that anymore. Yes, it's only for that one beat. Exactly. And Crystal is range plus 2 to 4, but it's also power minus 1. So K's not going to be able to do any damage if K does that. Alright, I believe I will pass in response.
Alright, and I'm also going to pass.
Alright, it is reveal. Badoom. Oh my gosh, Divergent Reconstitution. Alright, so I will advance 1 space, and I will advance 2 spaces.
Okay. You will hit me.
For 3 damage. You take 3 damage.
Yep, I will take 3. 1, 2, come on. 1, 2, and 3. Down to 11.
How much damage do you deal to me? You deal 5 damage, I believe.
On hit, if you're on... Yeah, if you are on a gel marker, so you will get an extra 2 damage, so that's a total of... Oh, excuse me, before activating, my apologies. Pick up a gel within all gel within 1 range of you. So I pick up this gel, since I'm here.
No,
I get a plus 1.
No, not you, of the opponent.
Oh. Did I... Oh, of the opponent, okay.
So you pick up these 3. Yeah.
Okay, that's even better. Okay.
Well, it non-bows
wrong.
because it's before, so you don't get the on-hit on Divergent.
Yes, that is unfortunate. Drat. Okay. I thought it was next to me. That's why I thought that it was a relatively good combo.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
But this
unfortunate.
card works a little better on its own now.
Yes, for sure.
Okay.
So you deal
Okay.
3
So I
damage.
deal +3 damage. So I deal a total of 3 damage then.
Right.
And nothing else there. After activating, I can't retreat.
But you must still place
And
a gel
end
on your
of
space.
beat. Yes, I will do that. And end of beat, move directly to a space in range of this attack. So I think I'm going to hop my way over here.
And pick up that
Since
gel
that
because
was-
you entered
Yep.
that space.
That's correct.
Great.
All right.
That was good. We both gain 1 force.
Thank you. Not exactly how I was expecting that to work out, but that's what I get for skimming.
It's okay. It's all in good fun and in happiness.
Indeed.
Hopefully everyone in chat's having fun.
Ooh. Do I want to do that?
Hopefully you're having fun, Kronos.
I am. I enjoy this game tremendously, and I don't get to play it often enough. Especially not against somebody who knows what they're doing. Again, I usually teach this game more than I actually play it.
Yeah, I completely understand. As a person who has made a literal career out of teaching people how to play this game, I know the feeling sometimes.
I think I'm gonna try this instead.
Ooh, I find that to be a very spicy play. I don't even know what you're playing, but I just assume it's spicy.
I'm not so sure spicy would be the word for it, but it's definitely a 180 from what I was about to do. All right.
Sorry.
You were faster.
Yes, sorry, I'm just gonna read some chat a bit. So is
It's
this track
A-okay.
gonna be added to BCO? Actually, this isn't a track for any character or anything. This is actually my own. This is actually a theme song for me, as in me, Marco, the person. Wesley, quick story. Wesley actually messaged me as a fan of battle guides and was like, Marco, I like your guides. I noticed that your background music kind of sucks. You want me to make you one? And I was like, oh, sure, why not? That's amazing. Please. And henceforth, this song was created. It's actually tailor-made to fit to Battle Guides videos, which is why every Battle Guides video after War, I think, has this song as the backing track. It was made by Wesley, so the reason it might sound like a BCO soundtrack is because Wesley is the person who made all of the BCO soundtracks. Well, except for some soundtracks made by Plasterbrain. But yeah, there you go. I'm not sure if we're going to add it. Maybe it gets added at some point. But we'd have to talk to Brad about that. Apology. It was my turn, yes?
No, it is. That was interesting. I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah. I'm happy to always share some cool stories about awesome community members who end up doing actual work for us. It's great. I mean, that's how I did it, right? Like, I was just making guides, and then Brad was like, hey, make these guides for me. All right. Sorry, I interrupted you.
It's A-okay. I was answering your previous question. Yes, you were the active player last beat.
That's great. I will pass.
If that is the case, I will ante one of these.
I'm not even sure if you're actually doing an attack or just bluffing a dodge. Because if you are dodging, you could just regain this instantly, so it doesn't matter.
Affirmative. And to be honest, now that I realize it, it seems that he wants half of his pool on the board and half of it in reserve. So,
Kind of like that, yeah. Though if you're a god like me, you play something like Spike Reconstitution for the ultimate troll.
okay.
But we'll talk about that later. I shall pass.
All right, I am passing also.
Reveal time. Ooh, tentacular. Tentacular. I keep reading this as spectacular, but it's not. There you go.
Unfortunately, it will not save me. That is disappointing.
You hit me with a tentacular grasp. How do you want to move me?
Yes. Your starter beat will come into play first if you want it
Oh,
to.
for sure, I'm going fire, right? Because I don't think you can
Okay.
get more power.
Yes, yes. I did not anti-power, and I'm regretting that. Oh well. I will hit you. I will go ahead and move you one space with grasp, and then move you one or two spaces with the push on tentacular, and pick up any jail that you happen to land on. Thank you.
That's great. I take 2
Dealing
damage.
2 damage, which is not going to stun you. Which, if this didn't push you far enough, I was hoping to. Well, I wasn't hoping to stun you. I was just hoping to push you.
Yeah.
Oh
It's
well.
not a bad line of play, actually, because now I'm gonna be stuck with like far range and I can't dodge. So it's not bad. I hit you back for
Not
7.
bad, but I'm about to eat another 7 damage.
Oh, but now you gain 2 force every
2,
beat.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm at 4 health. You can kill me with one move.
But now you gain 2 force every beat, and I only gain 1.
Yes, a small what's the word I'm
Consolation?
looking for? Yeah, small consolation.
I'm glad, Lotus. Yeah. You thought I just ripped it off some game soundtrack? It's actually a way more interesting story. I was really happy when I got that email. It was a pretty interesting time in my life. Yeah. I usually like this song for streams because it sounds energetic, but it's also like really calm, and you know, you can talk over it and it doesn't really have big spikes in audio. It usually maintains the same tempo throughout, so it's pretty good in that sense.
Okay.
Ouch. Yeah, Hikaru hurts. That tends to be the big deal. And I'll talk about.
He hurts when you let him, or
Yeah, that's
more
true.
specifically,
That's
which I
completely
did
true.
apparently.
That is. Oh wait, you can finish her.
Yes, I can finish her. I was just double checking yours to make sure. Well, not that you're in range, but I wanted to make sure I didn't have to worry. Again, I try to play 3 turns ahead. So,
That's completely acceptable. It's okay, I think. This is just my life. I don't think your finisher can actually hit at this range, so I'm okay. Yeah. I think what's going to be very interesting for chat, more so than the actual game itself, is the post-game, which is not something most people get to see.
all right. I believe I'm ready. We're going to try that anyway.
You were
See how
faster
well that
last beat.
does. I was faster last beat. I want to anti. Want to anti 1. And you know what? I'll anti both. We'll go for it.
I'll anti-Earth.
Very well then. I will. Actually, I'm not going to repeat my same mistake. I will anti for power.
Aw, don't say that, Lotus. I will...
oh yeah, I need to spend. Excuse
yeah.
me.
There you go.
Spend first, gain reward later.
Sounds good. I will ante for... Pass.
Alright. Then I will also pass.
Reveal.
And we go to reveal.
Ooh, painful. That's gonna be real painful. Alright, so I return the Earth token. I will go here.
As expected.
Yep.
Alright. On a hit, I place 2 gel markers behind you in different spaces. So I will go ahead and place, and this, since it's not my ante, I can go ahead and place them on the same spaces.
Yep.
Gain 1 for each gel marker behind.
Placed in this manner.
Placed in this manner. Alright, so I just get a 2+. So that's a total of 5 hitting you.
Well, that's actually 6 because you ante for power.
Oh, yeah. That is correct. Excuse me.
Yikes, that smarts. That hurts me. And I regain a token of my choice.
Yes, which is not a good thing for me.
Which will be water token.
Very well, then. I'll put that back. Cycle these in.
And you gain 2 force. And I'll gain 1 force.
Alright, thank you. Alright. I shouldn't have spent that second one. I have only 1 gel left. Whoops.
Do you mind if I actually take wind token instead?
You may. No problem.
Thank you. Because I realize that your finisher will destroy me.
Only if I get it off, hence you picking up that token. So... Okay. Oh, drat. I can't do that, can I?
That's okay. Yeah, it's effective stun guard, and also the big deal is that Earth is way more valuable when I'm low on health than when I'm at literally 15.
That is true.
Because when I'm at 15 health, I can afford to tank 6 damage, but when I'm at 3 health, I can't afford to tank 6 damage anymore. So that soak is very important when I'm getting lower on health.
I'm going to try that and hope it works. I believe you were faster.
Oh, that is absolutely true. I will anti-wind token.
Alright. I'm going to go ahead and anti... Oh, I can't anti that.
Yes, that is a big deal, actually.
I'm going to anti... That is going to be annoying that you keep coming close to me like that. Alright.
Close.
So I will anti for power.
Just like me, they long to be close to you. Alright, I will anti for speed.
Okay. I will pass. I don't think antiing for speed is going to help me.
Alright,
especially with your win token there.
I'll anti for power.
That... I don't have enough. Huh. Alright, I will pass, unfortunately.
Alright, reveal. Splattering Drive, which is a priority of
3. Versus your... what is that? 2 to 6. So you're active player again.
Yes. Whoa. I'm active player playing a burst. All right.
Yes, which is unfortunate.
So I will switch sides with you like this, and then I'll retreat 1 space. So that gives me +1 power because I did my advancing effect. So that's 6 damage incoming.
Which, when I am hit, I place one of these behind in a space behind me. Unfortunately, that's only going to give me 1 soak. So I will take 5 damage, which is still 1 point over my total life total. So I am down and out.
Good game, Kronos. That was.
Yes.
I hope you enjoyed. Do you want to do the post game?
I did. Sure.
All right. So this is a part of testing that people don't get to see a lot. So hopefully you all enjoy this. I personally enjoy this in testing the most. So we go over a few basic ideas. And really, when we test, we really ask 4 different questions. Was number 1, do you feel like the character makes sense to you? Like were you ever looking at the character and going, huh? I don't understand how this is supposed to work.
Once I finally got to read his cards in detail and mull them over a little bit, no, he made sense. So that's why I was trying to put some of these down in quote unquote strategic spots, or trying to anyway, and trying to make sure you were as far away from me as possible so I could try to gain the most benefit off of him.
Mm-hmm. So it seems like you understood the design intention of the character at least. Number 2,
but
let us ask.
I'm assuming you get different responses if it's a newer player than versus an experienced one.
Oh, for sure. But that's,
or at least for that particular question, anyway.
Yeah, for sure. Number 2, was anything confusing about the character? Rather, was any of the text unclear or made you go, huh? How does that resolve?
No, nothing on his text made it unclear. Again, that was my fault for not just pausing and just taking about good 10 minutes reading all of the cards in order.
Sure. And number 3, which I think is the second most important question, is did you feel that your character was imbalanced, overpowered, underpowered?
I don't think so. He doesn't hit as hard as I was expecting him to, but that's because I never really got his bonuses off like I should have. But he does look like he can hit hard when you get it right.
Yeah. Would you mind pulling out Reconstitution for me?
Okay. Reconstitution, where is that?
Is your
thing?
unique base. Yeah, there you go. So
there
this is the thing I was wanting to talk to you about. So if you ever do something like Reconstitution like this, say you have this, right?
Yes.
You do spiking Reconstitution. So before activating, pick up all your gel, right? So you pick up 4 gel. Sorry. And then on hit, place 2 gel behind the opponent.
Yep.
And then that deals like 7 damage. Ooh, spicy. It's a very...
Yes, but that's at least a 2-turn setup, since you'll need 4 of them previously on the board.
Yep, it's a pretty decent amount of setup. So, based on what you said is essentially what the feedback I've gotten about K has been. It's that K doesn't deal any damage. And in BattleCon, I often say that the worst stat is power. And that's completely true. You would rather have almost every other stat than power. But the thing is, there's like an ultimate threshold where if you don't have enough power, all the other stats don't matter. Right? Because
I can agree with that.
Yeah, because if you're a character whose damage number is literally 0 all the time, it doesn't matter whether you have fast hit confirm or not, right? Demetras, for example, only deals 1 or 2 damage every time he hits, and he's considered to be one of the weaker characters right now because he no longer gets his giant payout attacks at 100% confirmed safety. So overall, K has to deal more damage. Otherwise, he just presents no threat at all. I could Earth Token and literally nothing would happen to me, right?
Again, until I get my payouts, yes, more or less. But I didn't think he was underpowered either. Again, I've only played him this one time, so...
Yeah. I think he's slightly
I
under.
can see his damage. I can see his damage potential, but again, you have to work for it.
Yeah. For a control character, it's fine though, because again, K is not meant to be a big beefy boy like Hikaru is, right? K's entire gimmick is that K can make Grasp one of the best bases in the game. Because Grasp suddenly just gets range +0 to 1, +0 to 2 whenever K wants. Making it like super
Provided
amazing.
there's enough space anyway.
Yeah.
Because when I first read the ability, I was thinking this would be great to counter burst, but it doesn't work that way if you're in melee range.
Yeah, for sure. So that's the ultimate counterplay, is that you can be in melee range and not let K use its unique ability. It's a really weird interaction, but that's some of the K counterplay. And yes, Giancarlo Lu, unless you're a Jenna, of course, because a Jenna's petrification present 4 damage each is essentially what they are. So, yeah. Yeah, what you're saying is absolutely correct. I feel like my main problems are in Reconstitution. Oh, sorry. Reconstitution, Tentacular, and whatever. Crystal? Blue style. Crystal, there you go. I feel like these 3 are the main culprits. Because Reconstitution doesn't deal enough damage consistently. Crystal is super inconsistent because it's not only a style that works kind of like Mikhail's Transcendent, right? But the hit confirm on it is also basically trash tier. So it's hard. And then Tentacular is weird because it pushes people into your gel, right? But more often than not, you don't want to pick up the gel if you're pushing them onto the gel. Because you want them to stay there so that you can Reconstitution or Divergent them. So that tends to be my analysis on it. Okay, and the last question.
Well, Reconstitution
Yeah?
is before activating, so it doesn't have that problem of
the
opponent picking up gel for you.
I'm sorry.
It's where's the other one? It's under here.
Yeah, it's yellow.
There we go. Ah! Yeah.
They're both on
This
hit,
is
though.
the one. No, there was one game one for there was something that didn't want. Oh, it was when I played these two. That was the problem.
Yeah.
This one wants to keep it on the board. This picks it up beforehand.
Yeah.
That was the problem.
No, but it's not like.
Oh, there we go. This is the one.
Yeah.
No, nope. I had it right the first time.
No,
we're good.
I think my point is that it's not about pairing Tentacular Reconstitution. No. It's more about when you play something like Tentacular Grasp, for example, right? And you've set up a board like this.
Mm-hmm.
When you push Hikaru, you don't
pick
want
up
to.
all those tokens.
Not all of them. Only one.
Only the ones he lands on.
Only
Or
the one
is
he
it
ends
just
up.
the-
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay.
So, for example, you push him onto this space, you pick up that gel. You would have rather not pick that gel up, right? Because you want to activate Divergent. You want to have Reconstitution deal 1 extra damage, right?
Affirmative.
Yeah, so that's why Tentacular is pretty weird of a card. But ultimately, here's...
I saw it as a resupply tool.
But if you wanted to do that, just dodge.
Good point. But well, I hold dodge as a emergency, or I use it for setup also, but I hold it when I really want to make sure my opponent's sweating. What does he have to worry about dodge? Is he going to spend all of his stuff right now? Or I use it as a, what's the word I'm looking for? A deterrent. There we go. Deterrent for my opponent not to just dump everything on one attack and be safe.
Oh, for sure.
Or try to anyway.
I mean, that's why on beat 1, right, when you had dodge in your discard, I was like, all right, we're Geomantic driving this beat all the time, every time, baby.
Affirmative.
Yeah.
I did not realize I did not have enough soak to actually brunt that. I was going to be okay with that coming so long as I could deal with it, but apparently I did not prepare quite well enough.
Yeah. Okay, last question. Here's the most important question,
Yes.
Kronos. Are you ready?
Yes.
Did you enjoy playing your character? Did you have fun?
I did. I always have fun with this game. especially when teaching newer players, I don't get the experience of having to think about what my opponent's doing and trying to counter it. And even in this case, I'm technically the new player since I'm trying all these cards out. But at least there was some, we got some counterplay going, is what I'm trying to say.
I see. Yeah.
Whereas usually when I'm teaching, I don't have that kind of counterplay, at least not for the first 2 or 3 games.
Yeah, for sure. I'm glad you were able to have fun. Do you want to play one more game before we end the stream? Or do you need to go?
I am more than willing to try again.
All right. Do you want to try Oriax?
If you want me to, sure. I was actually kind of looking at Gar, is that her name?
Oh, Gar. All right. Mind if I just reload this module?
No problem.
Dork. All right. Let's.
But again, if you need more tests with or is it, how do you pronounce his name?
K.
No, the angel, not the angel, the Drat, you said what they were called in the first place.
Varian?
Thank you, Varian.
Yeah.
The Varian character.
I mean, here's the thing.
If you need more...
You can just play Gar and I'll play Oriax.
That works too. All right. We can do that.
All right. Here we go.
Okay. Ignorant question.
Yes.
How can I draw everything into my hand in one go? What's
Sure.
the keyboard shortcut for that?
So it's not a single button. So you have to put your mouse over the stack and then type 14 real fast.
Oh, I always thought it was a single key command and I couldn't find anywhere for that. Okay, that is helpful.
Yes.
Thank you.
Now you've learned for the future. It's usually just the number of cards you want to draw from a stack. So if you want to draw only 2, you'd only draw 2, so on and so forth. Exceed players know it a lot. Right. You might want to have a copy of my cards as well, since we don't have a reference.
Why did I only get... That should have copied this one too.
Here, I've created
Alright,
a
let's try that again.
reference for you.
I'll take one and you can have the other.
All right. All right. Can you do me a favor and give me a copy of every base you have as well?
Oh yes, that's right. I did not even think about that. That is a good point. Okay, give me one moment. No, I don't want to grab all of them. I just... Alright, we'll do this the hard way.
Yeah, finding out DTS hotkeys is kind of like being Neo in the Matrix. And you go like, I know Kung Fu. Except it's like, I know shortcuts to make my board gaming experience on a virtual tabletop bed.
Okay, one at a time. Here we go.
All right, that's great.
Apologies, apparently I'm experiencing lag now, so that's why everything's not where it should be.
That's. Oh, I already have a copy of Path. That's fine.
Alright, you already have a copy of that one. That should be all of them, is that correct?
Yes, that should
Step.
absolutely be correct. I have Step,
Alright.
Hurl, Lunge, Smash, Fire, and Eruption.
Alright. And you already have Path, so there we go.
Yep.
And I'm gonna put these over here.
All right. Yeah.
And I hope you don't mind repeating, but what do all of your deities do
I
again?
can just create a copy of my deities for you.
Okay, that works too.
There you go.
Thank you and apologies.
Absolutely no problem.
Alright. Okay, that's just nasty.
Yeah, the DDs are pretty strong.
So,
Uh,
Kashin?
no.
Kashin.
Kashin from the blessing of
Kashin.
Kashin. It's if you played BCO, that's the god that. Sorry, that's the patron god of Magdalena and Eligor. Wait, are those bases part of his UA? No, not his UA, her UA. Yeah. Gar's bases are a thing. So she replaces all of the bases with altered bases.
Oh, that's something I didn't realize. Most of them don't have any text. Okay, so
Yeah.
these are primitive, more powerful stuff as far as stats are concerned, but they have no utility as far as effects.
Yes.
Okay.
So Gar is a character who's weird because if you notice, look at all of her styles. All of her styles also basically have no stats. So she's a character wherein all of her stats are on her bases and all of her utility is on her styles.
Okay, this will definitely be interesting.
Also note that you don't have dodge.
Yes, but I assumed I had something, maybe not a whatchamacallit, what's the word I'm looking for? A dodge effect. Maybe not a dodge effect, but I was assuming I had something of a negative power. Oh, I do have.
Yeah, you do. It's called
Okay,
Blazing
so not
Sun
hit.
Step.
Okay, gotcha. So I do have ways of negating damage then.
Yes.
So I'm not totally out.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And only one stun immunity. Okay.
Yep.
Okay, path is also a potential way out. Man, that's an awful lot of movement.
You get it? Because, okay, if you look at her kenning, which is the subtitle underneath her name, it's Guide to the 6 Paths, and her unique base path has 6 triggered effects.
That's nice pairing.
Yeah, theme. Why would you do this? Because Gar is a fun character. Gar just has step. Gar can just play Blazing Sun step, and it's basically like trying to fight Luke's flash, except it ignores stun guard and advances before activating and is speed 8 instead. Gar is wacky.
I don't think I need that.
Oh,
Don't need that.
G-Lu, $10 million on Oriax. If I lose, does that mean Kronos gets $10 million? Or if I win, you get $10 million. I'm actually not sure. So if I lose, you lose $10 million, right? And that goes to Kronos. Kronos, if I throw this game, will you give me half of the $10 million?
I highly doubt I would be able to receive that even if I did win, but I wouldn't mind sharing. Easy come, easy go, as they say.
Yeah. Okay, you know, Shadowmancer, you know I cannot pronounce that name. I'm calling that character by the name that is actually pronounceable. Kenny. Kenny is fun too. For the viewers at home who do not know who Kenny is.
He's the one on the motorcycle, right?
He's a Phantom Thief, yes. He's Persona 5. And yes, he has a motorcycle. It literally says he's a Phantom Thief. He's pretty wacky too. He has a lot. He basically has the most amount of movement in existence, I think. Second only to maybe like Dolores, but even then Dolores doesn't really have like Kenny can just move 3 every beat. Like that's just how Kenny works. Oriax's UA is literally like 2 lines of text. You have 6 deity cards. You can ante 1 per beat. When you ante 1, it's removed from the game forever. The cards for Ori. Yes.
I have a similar, simple, unique ability. You have 6 additional unique bases. Replace her normal set of bases. That's it.
Yep, it's gonna be a wacky game. For the people at home who have not seen it yet, here are the deity cards. Start a beat, move directly to any space. Range +0 to 3. Priority +4. Opponent cannot move this beat. Initiate a clash, and opponent has -4 power. All right, are we ready?
I believe so, at least for revealing what we put in the discards anyway. And I guess, did you already give us force, or?
I'm doing that right now, friend.
All right, thank you.
Revealed. Interesting that you didn't pick step. I see.
Yes, I'll save that for later, but I was assuming that this is going to, as far as looking at your cards anyway, and given all these blessings that you happen to get, I'm going to have to deal as much damage to you as fast as possible. Otherwise, you're just going to beat me into oblivion.
That sounds just about correct.
Of course, now that I'm looking, you actually only have 2 defensive cards as far as your unique stuff goes.
He has no defensive cards as far as I'm sure, except for Absolute.
No, you have a Soak 3, Absolute, and technically Fickle gives you stun immunity if you do it right.
Yeah, that's true.
I should have calculated that in. Oh well. So be it. Alright, and you already got your attack pair down. My apologies. Let's see.
Oh no, don't rush. I'm actually just playing fast and loose so I can read chat.
Alright.
Chat, I suggest you look at discards. These are my discards. These are Gar's discards. No deity pictures. We don't have the art for the deities yet. I'm pretty sure though that I don't think we'll get unique art for each deity. Though actually, maybe we will. Maybe this will be like Gerard's Mercenaries. Who knows?
Oh, that's nice. That's what I should have done. Oh well.
I love how Road just like went quiet on the deities. It's also playtest module, so like again, we're just here for the card effects. We're not here for the art. Because as you can see,
I will agree to that.
Yeah, the art's not very HD.
I did make a mistake when choosing the discards. Oh well. All right then. Let's do this.
Cool. I will spawn a dice for us.
All right.
Sorry, a die. Okay. You want to pick odds or evens?
I will go ahead and take odds again.
Wow.
That's the exact same roll as last time.
I think I'm cheating. Do I get banned from the server?
You're the host. I don't think you can get banned.
Oh, nice. Alright, I will ante a god. I will sacrifice God! If you've watched Yu-Gi-Oh! It's so hilarious. Alright, Dejare, which is +4 priority.
10-4. I am going to pass.
I will pass as well.
And then we go to reveal.
Yes.
And I lose this beat. Horribly.
Yes.
I wasn't expecting you to just dive right into that.
Yeah, that's why I was really shocked when you put down Step and Grasping Darkness. I feel like that's
I didn't really realize that Grasping Darkness had the extra range on it. I was looking more at the before activating effects on the rest of the cards here. I didn't realize this one had range on it. I thought everything had zeros.
No,
I was mistaken.
Yeah, she has a +1 range, +1 power, and a +1 priority, I believe. You do play it. You played Clear Sky.
Mm-hmm.
So I go faster, but you have a starter beat, move 1 space.
Yes, which isn't really going to help me. However, let me see.
You can use it to reposition for next
Okay.
beat.
Yes. So I'm going to stay close to you, or try to anyway.
Oh, you can. Oh, thanks, chat. You can use plus and minus to change the size of cards. Okay,
Oh,
sorry.
my apologies. I thought you. I saw you resizing earlier, so I didn't
No,
mention it.
I was doing the right-click scale up down. That's so wild to me. All right, you reposition close to me. That seems like a good line of play. I will get rid of a god. It's actually mandatory for me to do this. So this will get.
Oh, it is. That is a mandatory effect, isn't it?
Yep.
Oh, okay. So yes, you get a big benefits, but you also spend more of your limited resources. Okay.
Yep. I deal 7 damage.
You 7 damage again.
Wow,
Guess that's a theme. One,
this
two,
is like
three, four,
this is like
five,
playing Hickory
six,
all over
7.
again. Good beat. End of beat, you still get to move 1 space actually.
I do, and I actually want to stay put. Or is it, wait a minute,
Nope.
I have to move, don't I?
It's a
Drat,
mandatory
I have
move.
to move. Mandatory move. Okay, in that case, then I'm jumping over you.
Well, okay. Since you didn't know, you could have retreated here and then advanced.
No. Yeah, but I don't want to be there. I want to be next to you. So either way, I want to go there.
All right.
I just know that the center space, for melee combat anyway, is ideal because your opponent can only back up 2 spaces.
Yeah.
Or up to 3 spaces, technically.
Yeah. All right. Video on positioning, Marco. Yeah. I love it.
And 1 force for you, 1 force for me.
Sounds completely great.
Alright then.
So you no longer have clear sky.
No, I don't, and I'm regretting that too.
Why did I only have 2 4? Oh, it didn't go in the bag. There you go.
Oh, it didn't? Oh, my apologies.
No, absolutely fine. Oh, okay. For the viewers at home, Chronos picked a amazing finisher on Gar. 6 paths, backstep. It's NA range, NA power, and 9 priority. And after activating, lets you retreat as far as possible. Sounds very familiar, yes?
I picked it for the end of beat effect, though.
Yeah. This is what do you call this? If you've played older copies of BattleCon, it's basically just it's dash. It's fun.
Oh, you know what? Yeah. Well, it doesn't have the immunity. It's just a retreat, also.
Yeah, it's what do you call
But
it?
you're right. That is dash.
Yeah, it's a what we call it. It's a primal dash, right?
I can agree with that.
Yeah, it works the same for Gar. Gar can't burst back. Yeah, so it's not the same for Gar. Because Gar doesn't have burst.
Nope, I do not. Basically, the only move effect I have is on path, apparently. The rest of them seem to be more advanced.
You have
Oh,
Freezing
no, I do have
Blizzard.
another move. Yeah, Freezing Blizzard does move also.
Yeah, so if you need to burst really badly, Freezing Blizzard Path is a way to pseudo burst, but you won't hit. The other side is Trailblazer. It's essentially just like Annihilator-ish. It's our 1 to 4, 5, 4, stun guard 5, start to beat, retreat 1 or 2 spaces. So it's like a decent-ish attack. It's like a strike that lets you dodge stuff. Oh, you've set your attack. Wonderful.
I have set my attack pair.
I was definitely faster last beat, right?
Yes, you were unquestionably. What would you like to ante?
I will pass.
You will pass, then I will also pass so I don't have to incur the wrath of the gods.
All right. Reveal.
Alright, so it looks like you're hitting me regardless and taking no damage on top of it. So be it.
I was
So
really
before activating,
yeah. Sorry, I was really expecting you to do step, but I guess this is similar enough.
now I'm going to save that. I've learned my lesson from last time, and I'm going to advance just one space. I did move past you, so at least, if nothing else, you have to get rid of one base.
Yeah. Okay. So now you don't have driving rain, which, oh, but you still have fire and
I.
lunge
Mm-hmm.
and grasping dark. Okay, like burst is probably my worst base right now, so we're discarding burst alongside my attack.
All right then. So I will hit you. I will deal 3 damage minus your 3 soak, so you get away with no damage.
Oh,
And
sorry.
you get to retaliate on top of that.
My mistake. It goes into my discard 1.
Oh, it does. Excuse me, I missed that part too.
Yeah, it doesn't discard with my attack. It just goes into discard 1.
Ah, drat. Well, it is kind of a free get rid of a card, so I guess that makes sense.
Yeah. And then I hit you back for 3.
Yes, and I will take 3 damage, bringing me down to 10 if I can get it there. There we go.
Sounds good. And we cycle. Oh, the cards didn't collapse into each other at least. What's chat saying? Yeah. Yeah,
One
Oriax
force
is
for you.
pretty strong.
1 force for me. I'm seeing him somewhat like Drat. What's Runica? Very strong at the beginning, but once you finally, or in Runica's case, you have to whittle her a massive upside down. I just have to wait for you to spend all of yours, and then you should be a pushover. Of course, I say that, and I'm only at 10 life.
Yeah, I think Wrath. We'll talk about it in the post game, right?
All right then.
That's why we have the post game analysis for this kind of stuff. So you do not have Driving Rain, Hurl, and Clear Sky Path. So you have a bunch of other jank.
Okay, that's nice.
Oh, my soundtrack finally restarted. Yeah, the attack is Soak 3. But it has power -1. But it has range +0 to 2. It's pretty good. Absolute probably also needs to get changed. Absolutely.
All right, I believe I am done. I was faster last beat. I'm going to pass.
Interesting.
Let me make sure I want to actually do that. Give me one moment. Oops, wrong button. We're going to pass.
Sounds righteous. We, and by that I mean the royal we, shucks, I actually don't know what to give up. Fine, I will do... The opponent has -4 power.
Of course you would. Okay.
You like this bad design I did for the back of the Oriax cards?
I wouldn't call that bad design. It's a nice framing. It's not, what's the word I'm looking for?
Complete trash.
I think him centered would actually be more bland than what you did.
Yeah, it's called the rule of thirds, right? Like, centered is always more boring looking, as far as I know. Yeah, Lou, The move dating doesn't matter in this matchup.
Alright, so I have 4 -4 power. Alright, I will go ahead and anti to force or power.
I
You're
will
going to do that.
also anti for power. I'm sorry, are you not having fun? I apologize.
No, I'm mad at myself for falling into such an obvious trap. Oh well. Alright, I will go ahead and or I'm passing, excuse me.
Ah, I will pass as well. I can only anti one god, and I don't want to anti my force.
Alright, and I don't want to anti anything either, so we can go to reveal.
Yes, reveal. Freezing Blizzard Smash. Okay, let me just make it very clear. Gar has some of the best style attack names ever. It's almost as good as playing Trias. Yeah. Oh my god, how much damage are you dealing?
I start a beat, I'm moving 1 space, and I will deal what was a total of, with this anyway, a total of 7 damage. But because of your -4 power there, I will only be dealing 3, which luckily... Oh, wait a minute. You channeled this beat, so that doesn't even stun you. I'll still deal 3 damage, if nothing else.
Sounds good to me. And I deal 5 in retaliation.
Yes, so I'm down to 5 then.
Yes, and you gain
This can go
2
back.
force, and I only gain 1. This is important because I can't afford to lose. I can't afford to lose the prio against Gar because Gar is scary. Yeah. So. Ooh, call me. Okay. I don't even take that as an insult because I literally just play obvious attacks almost all the time. If you watch that Hikaru game, I literally cycled through X trans dodge Geo something.
Yep.
X trans dodge Geo
Affirmative.
something.
And he still won.
Yeah. I mean, it has a lot to do with the fact that, like, Hikaru was built around just doing that, right? Like kind of like how Cadence is literally just battery something, grapnel something, and then clockwork shot, right? I mean, like... Yeah, I mean, Oriax is very strong. Very, very strong. At least in my preliminary testing. But we need some Gar info as well. Gar is actually really strong herself.
Yes, she is, provided I can hit you.
Oh, yeah. This is Gar's big problem.
Or, excuse me, hit you and not have to deal with the penalty.
Yeah. This is Gar's big problem, at least I've found, is that she tends to have a really rough time dealing with characters who beat her neutral. You know what I mean? Like, because Gar's only really effective at range 1 to 2. Like, at any other range, she basically does nothing. And that could be a bit problematic for Gar.
Indeed. Alright, we are going to try this and this and see how it turns out.
Okay, you have orange? Oh, no, you don't have orange. Okay.
No, it will be coming back to me next beat, though.
Yeah.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Drat. Oh well. Oh well, oh well.
Yeah, that sounds about correct. Who was faster last beat? Definitely you.
Yes, I was faster. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to pass and see what in the world you're going to do. Because I'm not going to like it regardless.
I'm pretty sure that doesn't correlate. Like, just because somebody can beat Tatsumi doesn't mean Gar can't beat the character that beat Tatsumi. Like, power level is not strictly... Like, just because character A can beat character B doesn't mean character A beats all the characters that character B can defeat. That's not how anything works.
Or at least not in BattleCon anyway.
Yeah, that's not how it works in BattleCon. Yes, that 3 was literally the first time I took damage this game. I do think it was also because of, not because necessarily because, I think it's a lot of Oriax just being really good. I will do opponents cannot move this beat.
What's happening is I'm new to all of these characters, where you probably have seen these for the last, what, year and a half now? Probably, if not longer.
Yeah, that's a big factor, but we're not here to win, we're not here to lose, we're not here to show off who's the best, right? We're here to show off some great characters and show everybody in chat and you the playtesting process. And if anybody's interested in becoming a playtester after this, so you can playtest not only BattleCon but also Exceed, it'll be a great time. So I've anteed this. Priority passes to you.
Just a small side question, since you're mentioning that. May I quickly ask when, I guess, 7th Cross is slated to be playtested, quote unquote?
Let's just say that you will not be disappointed if you sign up for playtesting right now. Let's just say that. How about that?
Okay. I will take that then.
I will not reveal any other information. Let's just say you will not be disappointed if you're a fan.
My apologies if I was asking out of turn then. That being said, I can't move this beat. Do I want to ante anything else?
Yeah. Oh, right. Gar has no dodge. I think it's her legit biggest weakness. She has to always fight every beat. So she has Blazing Sun Step as her pseudo dodge, which is effectively acts like Luke's flash. But outside of that, she has no defenses. It's pretty crazy.
If that had a little more, or if that had any amount of movement on it, I think it would be a good replacement for dodge. But right now, on its own, I have to make sure it has some kind of movement so I can at least either try to stun the opponent and or have a fast enough move back or move out of range.
Blazing Sun
That's
Step
my opinion, anyway.
Works really well because Blazing Sun ignores stun guard.
Yes, it does. And it moves one space. So if my saying is that step on its own doesn't replace dodge, you have to pair it with something with movement. So I'm going to pass on my ante.
No, it's okay. So we're just playing. We're playing on the public module, so it's completely fine. Everything that's on the screen right now is publicly available, so it's okay if my opponent has not signed up for playtesting yet.
Well, actually, I have signed up, but I haven't received any confirmation
then
yet.
Then I will literally...
Hence my earlier question.
I see. I will literally confirm you after the stream so that you can submit the feedback form, which we won't show on stream, because that's a playtester privileged information. But feedback forms will always be useful.
Check. Right. I will do that then.
Yeah.
I'm passing on my ante. That's probably a mistake, but we're going to go with it. You know what? I gotta twiddle you down, so I will ante for power. Excuse me.
I will pass.
2 force.
I will definitely pass.
And I'm passing.
All right, reveal.
Finally saw one coming.
Dang. Okay. Dang. Okay, that's pretty good. I will retreat 2 spaces.
All right, and I'm going to pull you back 2 spaces.
Yep, that's rough for me.
And that will be a total of 4 damage.
I eat 4 damage. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you gain 2 force.
Yep.
I will gain 1 force.
Let's go back to my hand.
We cycle. And I only have 2 god cards left.
Yes, both of which I'm still not happy with, but... Oh, especially not that one. Trident?
Tridian?
Tridian. Okay.
Thanks for being on stream, everyone. I'm really happy there's a lot of people here watching, and you know, hopefully this entices all of you to play streams yourself.
You can just kill me, can't you? Yes, you can.
I'm pretty sure I can attempt to kill you. Yes.
That's no good. No good at all.
No, not
This will
bueno.
not do.
In the words of some people I know, not bueno. I remember in a previous Making Connections video, I was just like, the worst case scenario for this is I die, and that's completely unacceptable. I mean, I'm pretty sure dying is not an option, right? Well, I guess unless it's Exceed and you're Taisei.
Oh, it's an option. Technically, if we were doing a tournament, I could die once and be fine. So it is an option.
That's true. The truest option in any fight.
Alright, we're going to go with that.
Oh wait, can you finish her?
Find out how this plays out.
Okay, you can't finish her. I don't have to worry about it.
No, I cannot finish her. Not that it would technically save me. Because yeah, that doesn't... You have range capabilities to hit at 1 to 2 easily, so that's not going to save me, unfortunately. Now, if it pushed you also, then that would be beneficial.
Oh, you want it to be a pulse? Oh, pulse, I miss.
Well, since I have no dodge, I might as well have a pulse as a finisher.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, Gar.
Although technically that wouldn't work with her, or at least she likes to be in range, and even this kind of puts her out of her range.
Yep.
It does get her out of trouble, though.
It does. I mean, she technically can still hit at range 4 to 5.
Affirmative.
Using, oh shucks, fire and eruption.
That's correct.
I just realized that all of her base names are just synonyms to the names of the actual bases. Yeah, like fire is just shot, right? Eruption is bursting.
Mm-hmm. Hurl is a grasp. Step is a dodge or dash, depending on which one you want to compare it to.
Yeah, for sure. All right, sorry, Antes?
I was faster.
Oh, for sure.
Right?
I played burst.
yes. I have to ante for power in order to try to at least whittle you down, if nothing else.
I will not counter anti because I want to keep my speed up.
Okay. In that case, I will pop. Actually, no, that's still. I'm gonna pass.
Are they Slifer and Obelisk? I every time I anti a god, I say I sacrifice god like Kaiba does. Sorry, I'm just reading chat. If you don't mind.
It's a-okay. I fully understand. I'm sorry if I interrupt you while you're doing that at all.
Never forget your special action for sure. No dodges. Yeah, I think Gar usually has ways around it, but not when the thing that's coming at her is like a 177. I think it's pretty much impossible for her to deal with stuff like that. But even then, right? She can just choose to Grasping Darkness do a thing and just trade because she's Gar. Gar doesn't win beats like 5-0 a lot. She usually wins them going like 2-0 or going like 5-4 trades because she's Gar.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Yes. This is a trading character. I can definitely see that, and I was not playing her like that.
Yeah, she's definitely. I mean, she has like 3 cards that have decent amount of guard, right? And she has a stun immunity style.
Affirmative. The only thing I'm not actually, now that you mention it, I'm not seeing any soak on her. That usually trade or anyone who's just a basic trader, or at least as far as my understanding, has at least some amount of soak, so
She
they
has
can trade a
better
little
soak.
better.
She has better soak. It's called Clear Sky, giving power -3.
Mm, uh, yes, I can see that, but soak trades regardless of going first.
Yeah, that's
When I think trading, I think you hit me, I hit you back, and I should be able to hit you back harder. Is when I think of the word trading anyway.
that's fair.
In this sense.
Yeah, okay. In that sense, she doesn't have that, but that's simply because, like, she doesn't have as much defenses as usual traders, but she trades the ability to have a lot of good mid-range, right? She has a style that's essentially a drive, a bunch of movement, and she has a decent selection of ranged bases. So,
Yes, and not to mention her power scale is a little above the curve.
yep, her stat
Or as far
scales are definitely above. Sorry, antis, right?
Yes, I am passing.
All right.
I've antied power. I am passing. Your go.
I pass, and we both reveal.
Very well then.
What? Blazing Sun. That's really good. Wow. Your power +1 anti is gonna, like, stun me.
I'm glad to hear that. All right, so start a beat, I move a space. So I'm going to move myself here.
Okay.
Before activating, I move a space. So I'm going to...
Wait a minute.
Let's see.
Wait a minute. Stop.
Are you can't move?
We
Stopping?
clashed.
We do clash. That's no good. That is no good.
Yeah, I almost forgot, but yes, we just clash. The bases available to you are lunge. Sorry, you don't have lunge, smash.
I have
and
step,
path.
fire, hurl, and eruption is what I have.
All right, so I don't have to worry about
And-
eruption. I have to worry about
Who
fire.
says you
and
don't have to
hurl.
worry about eruption?
What?
Oh, your burst is down. Never mind. Excuse me.
Yeah, I definitely don't have to worry about it.
Hmm. Decisions.
I'll have no choice, I guess. Yeah, it does clash.
All right, I have my new base. I'm sorry, I missed that too.
Yeah, it's completely okay. Reveal. Yeah, I had no option against your
so-
hurl. I had to
Yep.
deal with that.
I figured as much. So actually, I should have. I should have played step instead. I'm an idiot. Oh well.
Why?
All right. So
Why
I saw that coming. I would need the extra power. You don't have anything that can compete with a speed 6 most of the time. The extra 2 speed, the -1 power on this is going to kill me, is what it's going to do. But especially since I just dropped my ignore guard now, since you dodged me.
Yeah, I see where you're coming from.
Before activating, I stay put, so I'm done. I can't do anything to you, so we move on.
Yep.
Yep, wrong card.
It's okay. I mean, I go into your hand. Is that a thing Gar can do? That's a powerful, unique ability.
Pulling the opponent into their hand? How? It means their opponent's unhittable. Well, technically, I guess that makes her unhittable too. Alright, 1 for you, 2 for me.
Can you finish her? No, you cannot. Okay, I am...
Nope, I cannot. Another disappointing thing. Okay, that's disappointing.
It's okay. Chat, so people are wondering why people are making fun of me. Everybody knows that every opportunity you get, it's just make fun of Marco Day. Because that's just life, apparently.
We'll go. Do I want to go with that? Give me one moment.
Sure, no problemo. It's okay, Road. You can be evil to me. Just don't be evil to other community members. I can take it. People have been insulting me all my life.
Okay, yes. Almost made a mistake, so we're going with this instead. So it's not as big a mistake anyway.
I see. I have set my attack pair. Have you?
I am set. When you are ready, I'm anteing first, so I guess you can... I'm gonna ante for power again.
I sacrifice God. Sanghalia.
Extra range. Excellent. That's going to hurt.
Are you anteing for power? Okay,
I already anteed power.
Alright, are you gonna ante for speed? Because it's your priority right now.
I will pass.
I shall
I'm
ante
just
for
letting
power.
you build up. I'm going to pass again.
Alright.
Actually, you know what?
Oh.
Yes, I'm gonna pass. I'm gonna keep everything as is and most likely die with dignity.
This will be the most awesome beat in this game. Let us reveal. Driving rain smash. Alright.
Yep, and you have the stun immunity. So it doesn't matter how much damage I do to you.
But it will be awesome. Can you do this in like the Boku no Hero Academia? Like, driving rain smash.
I actually haven't seen that show, so I don't know how to impersonate that per se.
Oh, unfortunate.
I can driving rain smash.
There
Is
you
that
go.
better? Good enough?
I accept it. You sounded like a very refined. Oh, is your audio okay?
Something happened. Give me a moment.
Uh oh.
Should be. Am I back?
Uh oh. There's a glitch in the Matrix, everyone.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Okay. Apologies.
Yeah, it's
Again, all the technical difficulties are going to be on my end today.
Don't worry, all of the life difficulties are on my end.
Regardless, I will go first.
Yes.
I will not advance because I cannot. Therefore, you're not getting rid of a card. However, I'm dealing 6 damage to you.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Disgustingly strong.
Fortunately.
Oh, Kronos. Can you mute your mic for now? Because it's
Oh.
doing it's doing a high pitched sound. Hello. Oh, there it is again. All right. Ooh, I'm sorry, everyone. Kronos, when your mic is okay, go back on. Yeah, the Kronos' mic, I think, got some technical issues. Some wiring broke, or maybe...
Yeah, something like that. I'm not exactly sure, but it does seem to be a wiring issue if you can hear me.
I can hear you now. Absolutely beautiful. This is a beautiful beat. So I take 6, and then I hit you back for 5. Good game.
Yep, which is exactly enough to knock me out. Bleh.
Oh, we... I should do that. Oh my gosh, I should do that. When I die, I should flip my guy.
So...
Remember, everyone...
You have KO'd me twice in a row, so even if we were doing tournament, you are undisputed winner.
Undisputed winner, but really, the real winner here is you and everybody else watching, because you were able to see some of the playtest stuff. Okay, so let's do the rundown.
I'm disappointed I didn't get to see either the finishers or any of the finishers to go off, to be honest.
We
But
were
oh well.
spending too
This
much force.
looks nasty. Yeah, we were entering too much. This thing looks nasty right here.
It's gross. Defile the fallen, more like defile their corpses, right? Like, holy heck. It just stuns people for free. Wow.
No, not well. That is that's not the atrocious part that I'm seeing on this. It's the fact that next beat not only does the opponent have 3 power, but they also have 3 priority.
Reduced.
So you have the sole advantage come the next beat, and with the amount of power you can dish out, that's nuts.
Yes. Usually, though, I would say that that's nuts. But this is BattleCon after we remove dash, so people usually just dodge after.
True enough.
Yeah, and it's a prio 0 dodge, so there's no way you're clashing that. So of course the only answer, like a true master, is to do the god that start of beat moves you to any space. Move to a space that's impossible to dodge and then hit them anyway, I guess.
That is a option, yes.
If you're like this.
Yeah, you would be going faster. So yes, your start of beat would trigger first. So yes, that is. Ooh, that's gonna hurt.
That's spicy. Of course, there is literally a god that just says opponents can't move, but
that too. So you got 2 options to make sure that the beat after this fires off goes. Of course, the true counter to this is just have stun immunity when this goes off, and you get free damage.
Yeah, but who has stun immunity in this world, if you really think about it?
Well, I have 1 card that has it, so I could counter that potentially.
Oh my gosh. Somebody in chat type, oh, Tyrion can type, go home and be a family gar.
Go home. Is that a reference or?
Yeah, to Street Fighter, Guile says go home and be a family man every time he beats someone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, do you want to
recognize that.
Oh, interesting. Do you want to do a rundown?
Sure.
Okay, for Gar, did you understand how the character was supposed to work? Was the character confusing in any way?
No, she was not confusing in any way. The only thing I'm thinking is that what I didn't realize when I picked her up in the first place. I knew she had new bases. I didn't realize how, I guess, primal their bases were, and the fact that they didn't have any type of effects on them. I was assuming at least some simple, like very, very simple effect.
No. See, they're so primal, the art degraded. It's so cute. Look at these.
Yes, it is. It is a very nice. Yeah, this is a good comparison to Shot, having less priority but more power and more stun guard. However, I was not a fan of not having a
dodge.
I mean, I have drive and whatnot. It's what's the word I'm looking for?
Dark driving rain, which is essentially drive.
Yes, it is drive. It's the burst that I wasn't. I can deal without a dodge. I wasn't happy about not having a true burst. I mean, I do have a fix for that there, but 1 space doesn't help as much as 2 spaces. I will say that.
Can you pull out Eruption for everyone?
Okay, I can do that also. There you go. Oops.
That's step.
Come on, come out.
There you go.
Yes. I was trying to pull out all of them.
So, Eruption is the only thing that isn't a comparison, but it's also an unclashable thing that deals 5 damage. It's pretty strong.
Affirmative. Provided your opponent's not at range 1, anyway.
I mean, if they're at range 1, then they have to deal with step, right? And then.
Good point.
Yeah. So, okay.
Which I probably should have abused more now that I'm looking back on it.
You're not incorrect for not playing step so much, mostly because freaking Oriax has Soak 3 on a style.
Affirmative. But when you didn't have that in hand, I still held on to this thing.
Yeah, that's fair. You should have definitely stepped a bit more often. Number 2, were any of her effects unclear as to how they would resolve or things like that?
Besides missing the text on discard pile 1, no. I think we played everything else fine from the get-go.
Sounds good.
And I never got this to go off, so... But that's simple enough also.
Yeah. I retreated just enough for it to not matter, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, number 3. Do you think Gar is imbalanced?
I don't think she's imbalanced per se. I do. I think. Of course, I'm just playing her for the first time, but
Sure.
from
First
what I
impressions are
know of
important.
other characters in BattleCon, your style and your base come together to make a cohesive attack pair, whereas in this case, complement each other in varying ways, where in this case, Gar is specifically designed to have all of her effects just dumped on her styles, more or less, and all of her stats dumped on her bases, so you're not choosing to pair effects with each other. You're just choosing stats with effects.
Yes.
Which, I mean, is okay, but it didn't seem... I guess I didn't grasp or quick enough anyway, what effects I needed for any given style at a time. I mean, at least I did 7 damage to you, but
you got 13.
you were hitting me for...
13, 13.
Yeah. No, I got you down to 7. Excuse me. That's what I meant to say.
I see. Okay. Yeah. You're not incorrect.
She was just odd. I wasn't grasping her play style.
You mean you weren't hurling her play
grasping.
style?
I guess you can put it that way.
I'm sorry.
Again, this is just me playing her for the first time. I can see now, especially since I'm saying that, I can see now that this character simplifies the base picking. You pick what stats you want, and then you pick what effects you want. Boom, there you go.
Yep.
The only problem with that is you can't combo. Besides path anyway, you can't combo your effects.
Yep. It's a very interesting design. I believe her biggest misgiving is the fact that she doesn't have a dodge. Is probably her...
Again, I don't find that as big as a misgiving as, I guess, a way of... what's the word I'm looking for? A way of not complimenting that.
Furthering her fantasy?
Substituting that.
I see.
Because you're right, she does not... Her biggest weakness, quote-unquote, is the fact that she doesn't have any real way of guaranteeing negating damage. Because her only negate damage seems to be this guy right here.
Clear sky.
And everything else... This technically works in the same... Both of these are negate damage effects, if you can get them to work.
Yep.
Because if I can stun you, I negate damage. If I hit you and take away all your power, I negate damage. But none of them are guaranteed. Like, dodge is almost guaranteed negate damage.
Yep, for sure.
And so is your soak, wherever that is.
Absolute. We're not going to look for absolute.
10-4.
There you go, I found it.
So that as a trading character, as I already went, that's one thing I did pick up from her, was that she's made to trade. But again, the one oddity I found was she doesn't have any guaranteed ways to negate damage in some meaningful way.
Yeah. She's, at least in my experience, she's like, she doesn't have that, and instead of negating damage, she just deals more damage.
Affirmative. But you can deal as much damage as you want, but if the opponent keeps... If the opponent keeps negating your damage, you can have 100 damage. If you don't hit them, they don't lose.
Yeah, that's completely fair. The thing about it is that she has a lot of ways to prevent opponents negating her damage.
Good point. Yes, I did see that. I did like this effect right here.
Yeah,
yes.
This basically destroys every burst and like dodge play at range 1, and she also has orange. Driving Rain is also pretty good at preventing people from bursting and just giving her a good neutral. And yeah, so she just has a lot of she has a lot of ways to do that. So I think you're in the... So you think she's okay? She's just different and weird, right?
I do believe she's different, but she's made to be that way. I think she is okay, except for the fact that, or again, this is just off my first play, but except for the fact that she or at least every other trading type of character at least has one semi-guaranteed tool to trade higher than your opponent, meaning to negate damage in some way, without just relying on going faster.
Oh yeah, for sure. She definitely does not have safety. Safety is not in Gar's vocabulary.
There we go. That's the word I'm looking for.
Yeah, safety is not her game at all. She's a lot
Affirmative, which is fine, but I guess you just have to account for that, which I definitely did not.
Yeah, it can be very weird not having dodge to rely on, right? Because you can't just reposition when you want for setup, right? You have to basically play every beat fair, and that's kind of like the big deal. Gar has a lot of unfairness though, because it's not obvious in this matchup because I have like deities.
Yeah, you also have unfairness. But
Yeah.
yes, I can see this being extremely scary to anyone who doesn't have any type of stun guard.
No soak, you mean?
Yeah, no soak, excuse me.
Yeah.
And also these right here, all three of these guys right here are scary to anyone who can't get out of the way of any of them.
Yeah, and it's pretty hard to get out of the way of like driving rain smash. Like, good luck. Or heck, even just like red fire. Yeah, it's pretty good. All right, last question. Was Gar fun? Did you have a fun time?
I did have a fun time. Again, learning a new character always takes some time, even for somebody who's played it a lot. Especially when the character kind of breaks some of the fundamentals. There we go.
Some? You mean literally every core fundamental?
Yes. But I did enjoy her, and I was hoping to at least burn you out of your cards at least, but I didn't get that far. But yes, she definitely was fun, and she looked, provided I could do it right anyway. If I played the right base, I could counter most of your cards over here, minus that start a beat move anywhere anyway.
Yeah. It's pretty fun.
Maybe Path could get there.
Path definitely could get there. Sorry, chat. She can clash Absolute Strike because Absolute Strike is Prio 3. Will the VOD be? Yes, Mule, the bot.
Did we do that?
Yes, we literally clashed. My Absolute Strike got clashed, I believe. And I had to Absolute Dodge in response. So literally that just happened. Lou, yes. I don't think anybody disagreed that Oriax was pretty much broken. But we were... testing and feedback is also very important, You mind if I do a rundown for myself, for chat, and for everyone?
You can.
All right, Oriax. Marco. Yes, Marco? Did anything seem very confusing about this character's intention? Not really. The thing about it, though, is that, based on the design document that I know of, at least, is that it's supposed to feel bad when you whiff, but it's really hard to whiff. Like, for a character that's supposed... Like, I feel like Oriax should feel more like...
I will agree with that. It did seem a little bit difficult to get out of, or well, at least with this character anyway, to make sure you didn't hit me.
Yeah. I mean, it's still pretty hard, right? Like this alone, like the existence of this card alone, just means like...
That's...
sorry, yes?
It wasn't that card so much I was afraid of, it was the other one, that start a beat move anywhere. So even if I did back away from you, you can just reset, no problem.
Yeah, well, you're Gar as well, so you don't actually have dodge, so this actually doesn't really matter as much for you. But yeah.
Good point.
Yeah. So I feel like Oriax should be a character like Hikaru, where you can like risk it all for big payouts, but then it sucks when you miss. But the problem with Oriax is that when you miss never happens, because you never miss.
Well...
Yeah, like that song, like hit or miss, I guess they never miss.
Of course, now that I'm looking at it, that's probably because he can't gain back any of his stuff. So if he misses it, that's done deal. It's gone. So he probably needs at least some of the stats to keep up when he has nothing.
Yeah.
Or is that just giving him too much? I don't know.
I don't know. So basically, I'll talk about this in the balance, right? Number 2, was there anything that was confusing? Absolutely yes. There is literally something that's really confusing, and it's these 2 cards. So if you channeled this beat, what the heck is channeled? That's not even listed in his unique ability. I guess he may channel a deity. I guess that's fair. All right, never mind then. I'm just bad at reading. This is an exceed though, so I guess that's completely fine. Never mind. That was completely my mistake. Then outside of that, nothing was really hard to understand. All of the text was very clear. Then I'm just bad at reading. Next up, is he imbalanced? I am pretty sure he is. Here are my main culprits. I don't think it's the gods, actually.
I would have to agree with you on that, actually, because it seems
gods.
like all of those are balanced, provided they're just one-time use anyway.
Yep. It's not the gods, it's Wrath. So the only reason the gods actually matter for Auriax is because Wrath is the only way he'll deal damage. All of his other cards don't give any bonus damage. So at most he'll deal 4 to you. So the only payout he actually has is Wrath. So Wrath is problematic because it has drive stats, right? And drive is one of the most consistent bases in the entire game. So let's not even forget the fact that it could be a Prio 8 drive, or it could be a drive that also has Soak 4. It could be a drive that like it's this thing. This is the problem because it deals a lot of damage, and when you put the god on it, it becomes super safe. It's pretty crazy. Smithing is actually okay if Wrath isn't a problem. I think these 2 other stats are way more problematic.
So Fickle,
yes.
Excuse me. I like the effect on the card. Are you saying that's problematic or the stats on it?
No, it's the effect. So the big deal about characters, at least I think characters that exist in this shape of Auriax, these are characters who tend to do giant blowout attacks, right? He exists to do a god, make a big play, and destroy you, right?
Affirmative.
But the big problem is that Auriax has a stun immune card with plus power. And this could be very problematic because essentially if Auriax gets you down to a certain life threshold, you die 100% of the time.
Good point.
And not
unless your opponent's been chipping away at you like they should.
Yeah, but even then, right, he can just soak 4 on top.
That's correct.
Yeah.
I can see that now.
Yeah, so basically, this is what I mean, right? Like, imagine if Hikaru had a style that gave him stun immunity. Because that's essentially what this is. You've given a character that's like Hikaru a card that has stun immunity. No.
Okay.
We can't let that happen, right? Cuz
I can see where you're going with that.
Yeah, it's just not good. I mean, like it's a combination of a few things, but essentially it's Fickle stun immunity, and then you can just Fickle shot to kill confirm anything from 5 health. It's pretty rough. It's pretty good, but also pretty rough. All right, and last one is absolute. Yeah, no, we just can't. We can't just give this guy a Soak 3 card, right? Again, much like the Hikaru thing, like we can't give a character that's meant to blow out a bunch of safety. Like that's just not how it should work. So I don't think absolute can stay. Absolute can absolutely not stay this way.
Would it be more appropriate for that type of stat? Like Amon, he has Soak 3 on 2 cards, but both of them are conditional. Yeah. Would it be better to give him a stat like that when conditional?
Could be. It could be something like, I don't know, after
Or trade out this stun immunity for the 3 soak and change this entirely.
Yeah, it could also be.
Or is that
like we could?
Because that would put both of his defenses on one card for one.
Yeah.
Or what? Excuse me. Make his defenses on one card. Or am I reading the wrong card? I am. Sorry, I thought I grabbed the right one.
Yeah. So, but these 2 cards, yeah. So if you move this here, it would like front load all of his defenses. But then now we get into the second half of why I think he's also imbalanced. 2 of his cards are useless.
I wouldn't say useless per se, probably less useful than the rest of his kit. I will agree with that. But knocking out options from your opponent's hand is always useful in the long run, in my experience anyway.
That's fair. Somebody in the chat said Fickle's stun immunity wouldn't mean anything if you didn't always have +6 HP lead. That's completely true. But also, even if this were a character that was balanced and healthy, this is a character that's meant to have huge life leads. Like, like that's his goal, right? You burn out your gods to get huge life leads because you get Soak 4 on a beat, and then you deal extra damage, or you take a 4-0 trade because you have +4 priority. Like, he will have a life lead if he's playing decently. It's, like, yeah, like, it's problematic. Again, just imagine if Hikaru had the style that gave him stun immunity, and then tell me that's okay. Because if you think it's okay, I absolutely do not agree. But I do understand what you mean regarding these. It's just that they're not very good.
They're not useful for him. Yes, you're right. I mean, they're not as useful. Excuse me. They can be useful, but their usefulness does seem a bit minuscule comparative, or for his game plan anyway. Yes, I can see that.
Yeah.
He's not trying to knock out stuff out of your hand whimsically. He's trying to just beat you to a pulp as quickly as he can, and neither of those really help out with that.
Yeah. So, for example, here's my idea, right? So part of his design, I believe. So I think what's happening is that these 3 cards got front loaded with all of the power, and of course there's Wrath. But if you look at these 2 styles, you can obviously tell that he's supposed to have like 2 cards that help him on down beats so that he can set up for these cards, right? Like, essentially that's what these 2 are. So, like, maybe we can take the Joel route, right? He can have a thing that gives the opponent negative priority next beat. Or he can do a thing that makes it so that the opponent can't advance or retreat next beat, or something like that, right? So that he can set up for his gods. So that would be an interesting thing to do. Because as is, these cards are just basically useless. Because what's happening is your opponent will discard the worst card in their hand. And then when you deity, like when you're deitying for an almost guaranteed hit anyway. So it's like, what cards your opponent discarded usually don't matter. You know, like, I have +4 priority. It doesn't matter whether you discarded an extra base or not. I have +4 priority.
I can agree with that.
Yeah. So I think that was my problem. Last one, did I have fun? Oh, I'm going to give this like a 7 out of 10. Maybe a 6 out of 10 on fun. Mostly
my apologies. Was I supposed to be rating mine?
No. I'm just saying that I had fun, but not as much fun as I usually do when I play a quote-unquote good BattleCon character. Not good as in broken or like powerfully strong in tournaments, but good
when
as
you have a nice, even match where both of you are literally playing each other versus the characters fighting amongst themselves.
Yeah, exactly. So basically the problem is that I just hard cycled like Absolute, and then I dodged, and then I did this, and then I ended the game with Fickle. Like I might as well have played Solitaire, is essentially what that feels, and that's not fun. Like, sure, you win, but that's not fun, right? Like, you're not actually playing BattleCon. You're just playing Solitaire with extra steps. And like,
well, that's probably due to my part not knowing both characters ahead of time and not being able to anticipate a few things like I should be able to.
That's completely fair as well.
But I can see what you're saying.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure even if it wasn't Gar, I'm pretty sure just cycling Absolute and then smiting Wrath and then Fickle Shot, like, would work, right? Like it would just work. And that's kind of gross. I don't really find that to be fun. As much as people like to win, I don't like to win that way, you know? Like, what's the point even? Sorry, let me read some of these chats.
Hey, okay.
Just give sweeping +1 power. Are we talking... yeah. It's a bit weird in design, but at the end of the day, I do think... Like, if you gave Trance stun immunity, or you gave Geomantic stun immunity, but that's pretty good. Like, what if Focused had stun immunity instead of Stun Guard 2, right? Like it's pretty insane. So there you go. That's the end of our playtest session for this day. Hopefully you had fun, Kronos. Did you have fun? Overall.
I did have fun. Yes, overall I had fun. But I always have fun with this game, even if I'm just teaching it. How do I put it? When teaching, I sometimes teach brand new players that have no idea what board games are about, and I'm just running them through the steps of what all the cards do individually so they can at least grasp it. But even in that sense, I have fun with this game because it has so much to your post play. Once you put down the game, you're not done with it. You go over every little aspect of it still. Whereas if you whatchamacallit, a game like not Santorini, what's a good or another tabletop game
Catan?
that's a good comparison?
Catan?
I guess Catan. Yeah, like Catan. You're done with a game of Catan, and yeah, you might be mad somebody didn't trade with you, but besides that, there's really nothing else to go over, good or bad. There's nothing to keep your mind dwelling on it, for lack of a better word. Or this game, in my opinion anyway, it definitely just grabs it, and you can have one game and just go over all the different possibilities over and over again, both interactions with your opponent directly and also the interactions of the game itself.
Yeah, so this is the thing that like basically spurred like why I love BattleCon so much. This attack pair is literally why I love BattleCon. like this attack pair, when I figured out how this worked when I was a newbie, I was like, oh my god, this is the best game ever. Because I was like, oh, I'm in the corner, I can't die, I can't burst backwards. Oh, but wait, if I advance first and then burst backwards, and then I was just like, that was just like the
Not to mention you get the bonus power on top of all that.
Oh my gosh, and you deal 5 damage to somebody who wasn't expecting you to do that, right? And I'm like, what? And I lost my mind when it happened the first time. And like, it's stuff like that that made me go, oh shucks, what other cool combinations can we do? And that's how we figured out stuff like, beat 1 Geo drives, right? Beat 1 Geo drives or beat 1 Geo shots. Like, these things, they happen. You think about them. It's such a good game. For people who haven't played the original copy of BattleCon, starting positions used to be like this.
Affirmative.
Yeah, so beat 1 Geomantic shot was like the play every time. Because they couldn't dodge it.
I do have a question on that. I mean, it seems obvious now to just move everyone forward one, but
yeah.
May I ask what the catalyst was for that? Since it was for both the original war and Devastation.
So why did we move them closer? Yes?
No, I mean the catalyst for that. Or more appropriately, how do I word this right?
Sure.
In hindsight, this looks like a better positioning because we're used to it now. We can look at it and say most characters are better at dealing with stuff at ranges 1 to 2 versus ranges 4 and 5 here.
Yep.
May I ask what clicked or what? Again, it's obvious. It looks obvious now. Why didn't you guys just start with it at this position and never have the other original position? What? It obviously was good enough for war. To do it again in Devastation, what what was the tipping point for that change
So
in War Remastered? There we
yeah,
go.
there you go. Okay, I understand. So essentially, you're asking, this worked for a long time. Why did we do this? Right? That's the question, right?
Not exactly. But I'm trying to figure out what caused. Was it a design? Not a design flaw. Again, in this particular scenario, especially with Hikaru likes to work within spaces 1 and 2. Whereas if you start 4 spaces away from your opponent, you're forced to, as you mentioned, play a shot plus some movement ability just to even get close enough to hit your opponent. And a good amount of characters fall into that category. I'm curious to know, since 2 games came out with this setup, why it wasn't fixed sooner.
I see. Okay, I get it now. Because, okay, the main thing is, at least in my opinion, right, is that what people may not know is that BattleCon was originally, when it was tested in the first few games, it came out as a more aggressive game than... Sorry, people thought it was a more aggressive game than it actually was.
Okay.
So, what do I mean by this? At this range, Hikaru, at least this is the thinking, right? At this range, Hikaru would be very happy to play advancing drive. At this range.
Affirmative.
But we all know that he's not. That's completely unacceptable, right? Like, unless you ante a token on it, that's completely unacceptable, right?
Unless your opponent's burst is down.
Which is never the case. Why would you discard burst on beat 1, right?
Affirmative.
Right. So...
I mean, it is possible, but yes, you're right. That doesn't usually happen.
Yeah. So, I guess this is the point, right? Like, there are options, and people can take them. And because you get to manipulate your discards, people just discarded strikes and grasps anyway. So they still had all the options to be able to hit. There's not really that much big of a difference between... There's not a lot of difference between what I can do at this range and what I can do at this range in terms of like how many options in my hand will hit, right? Because if Hikaru wanted to, he can make shot, drive, burst, hit, right? He can also make palm strike hit at this range. So even for one of the most melee characters in all of existence, this is still a fine starting position.
Check.
So what spurred the change is less about like the characters can't hit or do anything from this range, but it's more about we want to give more agency to players, right? We don't want it so that every starting discard is just grasp strike all the time, right? So now every starting discard is, sure, maybe like force special action and grasp here. But now there's actually a choice of what goes in the second discard, right? As opposed to before where it was always just like, oh yeah, like 3 cards are always decided from the start of the game. Like that's just not a good way to go about it, I think. So by just giving us...
And again, looking...
Yeah.
Sorry. And again, looking at all this in hindsight, it looks almost like an obvious choice to do that. So I was just wondering what caused the change in the first... I mean, not caused, but what sparked the change, I should say. Not... You know what? I obviously can't word my question right, so... I understand all that, and yes, this was a fine... I mean, you can hit from this range with practically every single character.
I think I now understand your answer.
As you mentioned...
I think I now understand your question. You're not asking about the design reasoning behind it. You're asking what caused us to change it to begin with, not just because of the design.
Yes.
Simple. The community said it sucks that the cards are chosen for us before we're even doing anything. Like, it's an illusion of choice. The community's like, yeah, we just discard grasp and strike every time. And then we're like, oh yeah, dang. All right, well, let's give people more options. So bring them closer.
Okay.
There you go. There, I think I now recognize the question.
That answers my question. Yes.
Yes. Essentially.
I'm sorry it took us so long to
Oh
get
my
there,
gosh,
but yes.
no language barriers, man. English isn't my first language. But yes, essentially.
Yes, my apologies.
We listened to the community because the community was like, it's boring. Because the start of every BattleCon fight should be exciting, but then now it's just like, oh, okay, I guess I shot, I guess you dodge or drive or something. Like it's boring, but now you can do stuff like, oh, I'll play my strike at this range, right? Now you can do that. So it's more exciting this way.
You don't have to focus on positioning closer to your opponent. You have other things you can do, potentially.
Yes. Of course, it nerfed certain characters, right? Of course, like characters like Rukyuk.
Like Rukyuk, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. But Rukyuk doesn't need that help, right? Now Rukyuk has to actually keep point blank in his hand so that he can push you away and stuff. He has the tools to deal with it, so it's fine. He's absolutely okay. Yeah, sorry, I'm just looking at this. Centralizing the starting position makes the wide variety of opening plays. Yes. Also, anybody with a start of beat or before activating Advance 1 was held at the premium when we were at this range. Because as I mentioned earlier, you can't dodge at this range, right? You need to have a start of beat effect that advances you 1 so that you can dodge. So if anybody had a shot play that just hit range 1 to 5 and then was like stun guard 6 or whatever, you were just basically gonna eat the shot 100% of the time. So by putting them closer, you can also just dodge play without you can naked dodge and still make it work, right? And that's ultimately just more fun for people because more options is more fun. Yeah. Okay, so that's it. Does anybody else in chat have a few things they want to ask before I sign off? Do you have any more questions, Chrono?
Besides where I need to put in my information for a written, I guess, review, for lack of a better word, on the characters, or a form, there we go. And also how to, what's the word I'm looking for? How to officially become a playtester, since I've already put in my notice that I would like to be one.
All right.
I filled out the
form?
The information form. There we go.
Yes. So for people who are wondering, how can I get in on this action? How can I see all the... So this is a publicly available mod, but I'm spoiling it right now. There are not public mods for all of our other games, which may or may not include a game that Chronos asked about, which also may or may not include the newest season of Exceed. Well, for sure it includes the newest season of Exceed. And maybe possibly future seasons of Exceed that we haven't even announced yet. Hype. So if you want to become a playtester, join the official Discord and then look at the #rules channel in order to find a link to our form. Fill that up as soon as possible and we will process your information within like a week. But since it's almost the weekend, it gets processed every weekend. Every Sunday, actually. So, but for now, I'll process Chronos. So Chronos, for you specifically, I will process you, and then I'll just show you the links for it. Yeah, no problem.
Thank you very much.
All right, let's see if chat has any questions. Our upcoming gacha game? Yeah, for sure. It's a gacha game where you can collect brawlers. It's the best gacha game in existence. And yes, dual wheel dash was at the starting range. It was disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Dual wheel dash, and then you rune blade someone in the face. You got Dark Souls. How about the gacha games of Dark Souls? You can collect deaths. So if there's no more questions for me, I would like to thank everyone for coming to this playtest live stream. Hopefully you get interested in BattleCon playtesting. Hopefully you get interested in playtesting in general. And Chronos, thank you so much for coming into this game with me. The set was wonderful. I hope you had fun.
Yes, I did have fun. Thank you. And you do this every Friday, is that correct?
Actually, not just every Friday. I don't stream it every Friday, but we actually do playtesting every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Not at this time, but other times as well. So it's...
all right, then. I will have to try to put... I'm assuming you have them all posted in the...
yes.
Playtest, or whatever, wherever you send playtest information.
We actually have an exclusive playtester email where you get all sorts of schedules and blog articles and stuff. So,
that would be wonderful.
Yes, so you get to see some cool stuff and some events. Also, in case you don't know, if you sign up to be a playtester, you can also join in on the discussions with Brad. Brad also hosts a voice call where he talks to the community for like an hour, asking about their opinions, asking about like, oh, what do you feel like this character should be like, and stuff like that. Sometimes Brad and I even fight.
I am already regretting not doing this far sooner.
Well, it's okay. You're here now. So thank you so much, everyone, for watching. Thank you so much for interacting with me and interacting with Kronos. Kronos, thank you so much for guest starring. And everybody, say it with me, don't forget your special actions.
Your special action?
Yeah, and thank you, World of Indians.
Oh, sorry.
Thank you.
And good night.
And good night. How do I end the stream? How do you end the stream? Oh, stop streaming. Thank you so much, everyone.